Babe, can you shut that door? Hello, friends. Hello, hello. We are about to experiment playing some makeup because I've got to film tonight. We're going to do some things. Hold on. Let me go shut this door because he cannot hear me because it is so loud in there. Okay. All right. So if you have not already, I uploaded a main channel video tonight. It is live. Please go and watch it and support your girl. And if you really want to support your girl, make sure that you click the link and go buy yourself some good skincare, because not only does that help me, but it just means a lot when you guys support me, basically. So, I have these white nails. I'm about to film part 2 of the story time from this week. So I figured we would do the little DIY project, or what I have in my head is going to be a DIY project on my nails together. And we would get ready together for me to film because you guys really love these. So let's do it. So I seen this on, I don't know, some crafting channel on, or page on Instagram like years ago. But basically, if you want to give yourself like dip like fake nails, you have to have some loose crafting glitter, which I have this, I have a ton of colors because I use it on my face. But I have this white shifty glitter, and you have to have, it has to be Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails. But yeah, I've never tried it before, but we're going to try it here together. So basically what it says you do is you take a very thin layer of it. Well, see, this is like a very weird consistency, and I'm not sure how long I've had it either. So I don't even know if this is going to pan out. Yeah, this just looks like shit. That looks terrifying. Okay, so I had a backup plan, and I think we're gonna have to go with the backup plan. I just have to figure out what I did with the backup plan. So, uno momento, y'all. What the hell? I'm so confused. Okay, so let's just do this because boom. And we're gonna leave them just plain white because I think my Hard as Nails is expired. See, it's like not even, it's like molasses. So it's like not the right consistency, but I could have sworn that I had a clear nail polish on this desk. But whatever, okay. I get these off Amazon. You can get like a 500 pack, which comes with all kinds of different colors. Because typically I just prefer to have one solid nail color, and if anything, I just like a little bit of glitter. And that's the other thing. The glitter that I really like is missing as well, and I have a feeling I know exactly where that glitter went, and it has to do with Dolly. So I'm sure she's taken that glitter and it is now gone, vanished, will never be seen again. All right, so let's get ready together since that was a total flop. I'm literally still looking for that clear nail polish because I could have swore it was on my desk, but I do not see it. I need to clean my makeup area. That is like something that needs to happen because I haven't cleaned it since the last time I cleaned it. I believe I cleaned it on Instagram Live probably 4 or 5 months ago. I know it was right after the first of the year because that was one of my resolutions, was to organize my makeup better. And we are in June and that resolution went out the window. I did it the first time and then that was literally it. Also, I still have all kinds of fun lashes from Cavalli. If you didn't see my collab video with them, I posted it on my channel like a month ago. I love them. They have super affordable lashes. Their lashes are like $2 and they're really good. So I've been eyeing these Exoticas. They're like really wispy and pretty. And I'm thinking we're gonna go with her today. So yeah, let's play in some makeup. I've already dampened my beauty sponge. Another thing I really need to do is wash my makeup brushes. Those are two things that need to happen. So the first thing I'm going to do is just moisturize a little bit. I'm gonna go in with my Nimya Under Eye Stick. It's just like a depuffer. And it is really, really good if you have any type of discoloration or puffiness under your eyes. This is super duper hydrating. And a lot of people don't know this, but it is Nikki Tutorial's brand. She came out with a bunch of like skin prep products. So she came out with like my favorite primer of all time, Where It All Starts cream, a setting spray. She came out with the under eye stick, and she came out with the License to Glow serum, which is again another one of my all-time favorites. So I start out with that, and then I go in with Glow Recipe, the Niacinamide Watermelon Dewdrops, Fantastico. And I'm just gonna go in with a couple of drops of the Wander Beauty Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil. This stuff was so hyped a few years ago, and then people just completely stopped talking about it, but my mom and my sister didn't really like theirs. Well, they didn't use it, so they didn't really have a right to say they didn't like it, but they gave theirs to me, so because they came in BoxyCharm like 2 or 3 years ago. And so this is my last one because I ended up with 3. Also just started my period, and this guy has rejoined the crowd. If you watched my video that I uploaded today with Stylevana, then you know that I'm in love with them. Just look how much my pigmentation has went down with using those products. And now it's been 60 days. So this is a month after I filmed that video. They wanted me to wait till June because they're having this huge June extravaganza for Pride. So guys, seriously, go use that link. You all can get products for near to nothing. And in the description box of that video, I have a table of how much, like if you spend a certain amount, you get like more and more and more percentage off. So please, please, please go use that link. And I will, full disclosure, it is an affiliate link, so I do make a very, very small commission off of you using that link. So please use the link that's in the description box. Okay, so we are now fully moisturized. Now what I like to do is go in with primer, and I have a step process with primer. And what I am into right now are these 3 primers right here mixed together. I am a combination type bitch when it comes to foundation, when it comes to primers, eyeshadows, brows. Like, I just like a combination of things. So the first product I'm gonna go in with is this one right here. This is very bougie, but it's so good. It's worth every single penny. It's really not even hyped, honestly. It's not been a hot product, but it's so, so good. It's the Shiseido. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it's the Ultimate Power Infusing Concentrate. So good. And I just like to take one dollop right on my sponge. You literally need the teeniest, tiniest amount, and it is extremely tacky. So where you place it, your foundation, your makeup is just going to completely stick to those surfaces. It's so good. It's really good if you're going to be photographed or filmed, or if you're going to wear your makeup for long periods of time. It's just a really good product. Love, love, love. Super expensive, super bougie. I usually get this twice a year, and it's about time for the second one, because Chris normally gets it for me for Christmas, and then around June I have to buy another one. And then we're gonna go in with the Nimya Where It All Starts cream. As you can see, I am obsessed with this. Chris got me this for Christmas, and again, this is another one that it's literally time to restock. But I just dip my sponge right in, and then I just pack that product right on. And not only does this one have like a tacky consistency, like where all of your product is just going to seep into that primer, but it also has this beautiful glow serum in it, so your skin just glows. It's like the freshest look. This primer combination also would be really good for those of you who, what was I gonna say? For those of you who, don't like full coverage. Like if you like very light coverage foundation, this is just gonna give your skin that beautiful before that I feel anyways that you need if you're going to do minimal coverage. And then the Catrice Prime and Fine I will use later on, but this is another primer that we're going to dip into. Hi Marina. Also, if you're joining the live, be sure that you're sending thanks. That really helps me out. And if you don't want to go through YouTube to send thanks, you can also use my Cash App, Morgan Shea 33, if you'd like to support me without going through YouTube. That is how you can do so. Okay, so the next step in my makeup routine is brows. And a lot of people have now came back to life with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. And the reason for that is it is a very good product. If we're being honest, it's a very good product. I feel that in 2016, we quite simply did not know how to use it. The beauty gurus didn't know how to use it. That's when makeup was like really becoming a thing. So when they didn't know how to use it, we didn't know how to use it. However, we're now in a time where I think we figured it out. I think we kind of put two and two together and we know what the fuck it's about. Dip brow is something that you have to be very careful with, because it can go from 0 to 2,000 in an instant if you overdo it. You have to be so gentle with dip brow. It's so fucking pigmented. So what I like to do is brush my hairs straight up as if they've been electrocuted first. This is going to help that pigment be evenly distributed, because if you don't do this part, there are going to be little spots that are going to have more pigment or more dip brow on them than others. So when you finally do spoolie out your brows, you're going to have all of these little patches. So this is how you're going to get the most evenly distributed deal. Now, if you only like a soap brow look, dip brow is not going to be for you. You're going to want to go in more with like a brow pen. My favorite being Juvia's Place, which I also use for my brows. Brows are just super important, you guys. They frame your face. The rest of the way that your face and your proportions look are going to be based off of your brows. So they're super important. And what you can do to get the most out of your dip brow is to spray it with some type of finishing spray, setting spray. A lot of people also use hairspray. You can also use hairspray. And once you get that little bit of liquid in there, oh no. Let's see if I can grab this with my feet without knocking tripods over. I wonder how much dog hair we'll have in my spoolie by the time I roll it over here. Should we play a game of how much dog hair? Oh, just a little bit. Well, that wouldn't have been a very fun game. Okay, once you do that, just kind of mix in the dip brow with the setting spray, and then use the sides of the container to wipe off excess. And what you want to do first is to underline the bottom portion of your brow and start in the middle, because that first initial hit with the brush is going to be the most pigmented of them all. So if you put it at the front, you're not going to be able to achieve an ombre brow at this point. And just go ahead and line out the under portion. Per usual, I will be cutting my brow with concealer, so don't worry if it's sloppy. Doesn't really matter. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start on the top. Now, where we went wrong in 2016 is we would re-dip in the product. As you can see, there's no need to re-dip. We still have plenty of pigment left. Use every bit of the pigment until there is none. That is the key with dip brow. Put most of that pigment down here at the caboose. That's how we all had that block brow in 2016. Whether you wanted the block brow or not, we all had it because we did not know how to use dip brow. Place that initial pigment at the caboose, at the tail of your brow, where you want that pigment to be. Use your spoolie for the front. You really don't even need to use product at the front of your brow. Use your spoolie, okay? Like we tell our kids, use your words. Use your spoolie, okay? We're gonna keep that right in the center, okay? I'm not going too low and I'm not going too high with this brush. I'm keeping it right in the middle, okay? Then take whatever product's left and go to the top, go to the bottom. Now I'm gonna take this spoolie, and I like using this small one because it's more formed. You're not gonna have too much room to go out of the box. And this is from iMethod Beauty. And I'm just gonna take that spoolie and I'm gonna start to zhuzh product, okay? Start to zhuzh that forward, just like so. And it's gonna start to create that ombre, okay? Now I'm gonna take my brush, not adding any more product, and I'm gonna start to push that product that we underlined the lower portion of our brow with. Just zhuzh it up, use your spoolie, and really go to town brushing that brow. Don't worry about if it's crooked, don't worry about all that, don't worry about it. We're not there yet, okay? All we're doing right now is working on the ombre. You want it to go from lightest to deepest. Okay, this is where you should be. We're gonna work on one brow at a time tonight because my #1 most asked question is about fucking brows. So we're really gonna get into it tonight. Then you're gonna take a thick concealer, okay? Preferably a pot concealer. If you do not have a pot concealer, you're looking for your full coverage concealer today, guys. We're looking for Tarte Shape Tape. We're looking for a thick concealer. You're also going to need a flat synthetic brush. It's going to have a dome shape up at the top and it's going to be completely flat. I am going to be taking the L17 from Laura Lee Los Angeles. I'm going to dip into the Nars Radiant Pot Concealer, and I'm just going to take a little bit. For reference, I'll be using the shade Nougatin, okay? We're going to take that little bit of concealer and we're going to start right up here in the front of Funky Town, and we're going to work our way back. You see these little straggler hairs here. You see where we got a little crazy right here. We're going to fix all of that. All the way back. and then just drag the rest of that concealer down. As you can see, I didn't use much. I took a little bitty bit and I was able to straighten all that up. When you go in with too much concealer, you can't blend it all out. So your eyeshadow starts to look chunky. It's when you can start to see your eyeshadow on the lower portion of your, like you can see your eyeshadow sitting up off of your eye. It's very bizarre looking, okay? And then we're just gonna take a little bit more, and when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit there on the tip, and we're gonna start right up at the top here. And we're gonna start to cut this top portion. Now you do not have to do this if you don't want to. I simply like to clean it up just so I can kind of see what I've got going on, and this is always gonna be a trend that I stick with. The cutting of the brow, it just does so much. Now we could definitely leave it here, run a little bit of wax through the brow and be good to go. But I'm gonna take it to the next level. I'm gonna go in with the Juvia's Place brow pen in medium brown. It has the most perfect bullet point. You see that? So nice. It's so precise, so pigmented. I'm gonna start back here at the caboose, and I'm just going to perfect the tail here. Just make it super duper pigmented. And fill that in right like that. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna make some brow-like strokes. I'm just gonna go a little crazy here at the front of the party. Just like that, okay? Then I'm gonna take my spoolie almost immediately and I'm gonna start to run that through. Now, if you like the deepest pigment, do not run your spoolie through because you will take pigment away. And then just take whatever concealer is left on your brush and just clean up if you went outside the lines a little bit. No big deal. Okay. And I'm not gonna do my brow wax yet, but we will go in with brow wax here in a little bit. Be sure to stay tuned through the rest of the tutorial to see how I finish up with my brows. But this is where you should be. So we go from here to here. Okay? Got it? Good. All right, so going back to the beginning, we still have some of that setting spray left in our dip brow, so we don't really need to add any more. The reason why we add it to begin with is that dip brow is very quick to dry out. If you've ever had dip brow, I'm sure you understand that. And we're just gonna do the same thing starting about midway through the brow. We're just gonna start to underline that brow. Then start to move product forward. Like so. Then we're gonna go to the top of the brow and outline the top portion of this brow. Just start filling that bad bitch in. Gonna go in with, I don't know, maybe 2 little ding-dings into the pomade again, making sure that we do scrape the excess off on the side of the dip brow pot. That is why Anastasia put those little ridges on the top of the dip brow, is so that you can take your brush and scrape the excess off, okay? Now doing the same thing that we did over here on the other side, starting right there in the middle of the brow. You can see I'm putting a lot of that product right there in the middle, and then with whatever's left, I'm going above and below, above and below. And now we're gonna take our spoolie and we're gonna start to zhuzh product forward, brushing that through the brows, taking whatever is left on the brush and brushing upward, just like so. Okay. Taking our flat synthetic brush, we're gonna do the under portion first. Okay. And then brush all of that down. That way we don't have any cakey eyeshadow, and we can still use our eyeshadow primer to get the most pigment, because I'm feeling some color today. I don't know about you guys, but Mama is feeling like she wants some color today. I almost went to the grocery store and bought some sprinkles, because I have this vision in my head of a candied sprinkle eyeshadow look, but I've got to get out tomorrow, so maybe I will do that tomorrow. Let's stop by the store and get some candied sprinkles. All right, and now that we have that done, we're gonna go in with our Juvia's Place brow pen. Again, focusing back here on the tail, just to work on that pigment a little bit, because I like the tail of my brow to be pigmented. I really like that sharp brow. And then just make us some brow hairs, you know? I don't usually have to do as many over here, because this is just my better brow. We all have that better brow, and this one's mine. Just take that spoolie and brush right through. Ooh, that would have been bad. That was an eyeshadow brush with green on it. Woo, that would have been really bad. Okay, and then I also usually have to trim the front of this one, just because this one grows out further than my other brow. So I always look at myself, see how this one's coming out further than this one. So I usually have to go in with a little bit of concealer and just cut that guy, just like that. You just gotta do it quick. You cannot take your time when cutting the front of your brow, because that is a make or break situation. And if you take your time, you're gonna be in a heck of a mess. Okay, so now that we are here, like I said, we'll go in with Anastasia Brow Wax at the very end. But for right now, this is where we're gonna hold off on our brows. This is where they're gonna stay for right now. And now is about the time that I like to go ahead and moisturize my lips. There are several different products that I have to moisturize the lips. I think tonight I'm gonna go in with this Bath & Body Works Plumping Gloss. I've really been liking it. It's actually really nice. I got it for Christmas in my stocking from Chris's parents, but you know, I really am enjoying it. It's really nice. I think it's a dupe for Too Faced, to be honest. It's really, really good. And it's really hydrating. It's like a lip oil more than a gloss. But baby, she is potent, okay? And then we're just gonna take our beauty sponge. You guys know that I really, really, really enjoy the e.l.f. beauty sponge. And we're just gonna tap in that concealer, just so that we're not looking cakey underneath here, because we still have a ways of way to go when it comes to the makeup. So I just like to make sure that it's nice and blended into the skin and not sitting on top of the skin, because that is where you can really go wrong in makeup, is by letting your lower layers really sit on top of the skin and not blending that in. So I really like to start with my eyes, so I can really just go ham. And the best thing that you can do when it comes to eyes to, number one, get the best payoff, you know, you will really, really, really decrease any fallout from the eyeshadows, etc., is a really good eyeshadow base primer. And the one that I would say has really taken storm is the P. Louise Eye Base for good reason. It is the best. It's just got a really good consistency. It's not so silicone-y like Urban Decay Eyeshadow Potion. That one is just way, way, way too silicone-y. It's almost silicone-y like a facial primer, but it's not too like cakey, sticky like Painterly Paint Pot. So this is just the perfect base. And if you are looking for a drugstore dupe of this, I believe this is around 20 bucks, something like that. Where is she? I have a drugstore, well, it's from Target, but it's still more affordable than this. It must be in my... Guys, will you all believe that I still have makeup in this godforsaken travel bag? Because me neither. I cannot believe I still have shit in here. Okay, let's take a look. Yes, here it is. Okay, so this is your drugstore dupe. This is the Jason Woo Primer. It comes in all kinds of different shades. This is in Space White. Really, really good. This is a dupe for P. Louise and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eyeshadow Primer. Anastasia is another one of my favorites. I just happen to be out of that one right now, but it is so good and I love it. With P. Louise though, the best way to use it is to break off that cap and put just a little bit. I always use my little scar here as like a little cup. I don't know, I mean, if it's gonna be there the rest of my life, might as well use it for something. So when you put that primer on your skin is naturally warm. It's gonna start to really activate those ingredients. So if you've ever seen like makeup gurus do like heating up my makeup, boiling my makeup, the reason why concealer and foundation was so super pigmented in those videos is because you're able to re-oxidize all of those ingredients. So they are acting at their fullest potential. So when you put concealer and foundation on the hand, you're activating all of those ingredients. And so they're able to work at their fullest potential. So I like to warm it up on my hand and then apply it to my lid. I like to start at the bottom and work my way up. And the reason that I start at the bottom and work my way up is so most of the pigment is down here on the lid. And that will help, like especially if you're wanting to use like a lighter color, or even if you're just wanting to use a shimmer shade on your lid and that's it, it's really gonna help brighten that up. And the lighter the eyeshadow primer is, the brighter you're gonna get in payoff. So I use Rumor 01 in the P. Louise, and again, I use Space White in the Jason Woo. I just love the Jason Woo Primer. It's so good. I would say it's closer of a dupe of the ABH eyeshadow primer, which I really, really love that one as well. It's just P. Louise. They have all kinds of different shades. So if you have like a specific shade that you're wanting to do like in the cut crease, it's always best instead of cutting that crease with concealer to go in with whatever shade you're wanting to use on your lid, to go in with that shade in the P. Louise. And this is one product that I can definitely say is worth every bit of the hype. It is just so fantastic. I love it. And then I like to take whatever's left on the brush right into the tear duct just to help with a little bit of brightening. And there we go. All done. Now, just because I am a control freak when it comes to creasing, that is another reason why I really like this Nimya under eye stick, is because it's the Burr cooling eye stick. It really does fill those pores and helps with any creasing that you might have underneath your eyes. It really does fill them in. But I'm just going to take this Tom Ford brush and I'm just going to pack all of that eyeshadow primer right into the lid. Again, this is going to help your eyeshadow sit and blend into that primer instead of sitting on top of it. That is another one of my makeup pet peeves, is when I can see someone's eyeshadow sitting on top of the skin, like it almost looks like they've got like a 3D birthday card going on, like it's just not the move. Please blend in your stuff, please. Or when I'm like scrolling through Instagram or TikTok and I see someone like blending their eyeshadow into a big fat crease in their eyeshadow primer, it literally just drives me insane. Okay, so here we are. We are ready to move forward with eyeshadow. But first, we're going to put on our very last, not concealer, facial primer. This is the Catrice Prime and Fine. This is a dupe, 100%. I am completely convinced that it is the same product. It looks the same, smells the same, feels the same, and 100% acts the same as the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, which is $60, and this is $7. This is the Catrice Cosmetics Prime and Fine. It is the exact color, consistency, and overall effect of Silk Canvas by Tatcha. I have Silk Canvas by Tatcha, and you see me here using Catrice. It is the same exact product, and nobody talks about this product. And I'm gonna show you, do you see that? How it blurs out your pores like that? That is what the Silk Canvas does as well. But Silk Canvas is literally close to 60 bucks. This is like 6 or 7. It's so good. Like, watch this. Like pores where, bitch? They're gone. Look at these on my chin. You see these pores? Really? Like, why is nobody talking about? I've not seen one person talk about this primer. I mean, it just evens out your skin, like your dullness goes away. It just gives you this beautiful sheen, but also covers any, and I do mean any, like I have some pores right here, right through here. Completely gone. Completely and totally gone. Right in the middle of our forehead. And I really like applying this with a damp beauty sponge. But yeah, if you like Tatcha Silk Canvas, go buy this. It's the same thing. You guys, allegedly, to save my own ass, but like, I have both. I have the $6 Catrice and I have the $60 Silk Canvas in my bag in there. And this one, it's the same thing. It's literally, it's so good. So, so good. So the reason why I like to put that on last is because I really like it to be on. I like to let it seep in the skin, but I want it to not be on as long as the others because I still want it to be super active when I put my foundation on. And I will show you why when we do foundation shortly. Okay, so let's move on to eyeshadow. And I had a couple of different visions in my mind. I either wanted to go blue or I wanted to go red, or I wanted to do rainbow. We are in Pride Month, and I thought, what better time to do a rainbow eye? Why not? And anytime that I want to do a rainbow eye, I always pull out the same palette just because it's so convenient. Literally every color of the rainbow is in there. It's literally like a color wheel. So we're gonna go in with the Morphe X James Charles palette. It literally has dust on it. I hardly ever use this palette. I'm gonna show you guys even the inside. Like, I literally rarely use this palette, like ever. But we're gonna start out, and one reason is because I hate that he doesn't have the shade names underneath the eyeshadows. Like, they're not on the back, like they only came on that little plastic shit that everybody's like, who keeps those? I know I sure as hell don't. Those things get thrown away. But I'm just gonna take a domed fluffy brush and I'm gonna go into this yellow shade right here. And I'm really gonna pack it in just because I really want some pigment. And we're gonna start this one right on the inner corner. We're gonna go right from the inner corner and maybe like, I don't know, a quarter of a way in. And don't worry about being sloppy. It does not matter. Does not. And we're really gonna build it up. So I'm probably going to do a couple of layers on each eye. So I'm just gonna go in again. Really pack that bad bitch in. And then I'm just gonna wipe off any extra product and really just blend that completely out. Okay. Next up on our list, we have some orange. And I'm going to go in with this orange right here. It's literally like UT orange. And we're gonna take her right in a second. And the reason I like to do orange second is because for whatever reason, yellow typically always turns orange on my eye anyway. So I always blend in the orange second and just go crazy, you guys. We're gonna be cutting the crease, obviously, so just go to Funky Town. It really does not matter. Okay, and once we have orange, let's go in with a red. And red is my favorite color on these rainbow eyes. I just love to see these beautiful pigmented reds. So I'm gonna go in, I believe he named this Hot Cheeto, if I remember correctly. It's like one of the only ones that I can remember other than like Pink Drink and like Guacamole, Hold the Guac. And then we're gonna go right here, and I'm gonna keep it kind of in the crease when I first blend it in, and then we'll go in and like really shade that out in just a sec. And also make sure all of the shades that you're using for this look that you set down on your vanity in front of you so you can go back to those actual brushes to reblend, because we are gonna have to go back. And then I'm just gonna wipe off most of that pigment and just go in and blend out what I already have here. Hey, Ashley. What is everyone's plans for this beautiful Saturday? I hope everyone is having a great, great day. I always wonder what you guys do on your days. Okay, and then we're gonna dip back into that orange right here. And guys, you can use whatever colors. If you ruined your James Charles palette during all the drama, it's fine. Just got back from shopping in Knoxville. Got to go to Halls tomorrow. What for? When? We've got like some Father's Day stuff to do, but like when? And then I'm gonna go back in with the yellow. Okay. And I think next we'll go ahead and do blue. And I'm gonna go in with this bad baby, 130. We are getting a puppy for Jackson. What kind of puppy? I've really got puppy fever really fucking bad right now, you guys. Like really bad, because Dolly is growing so fast. Luna and Mishka are both just had a litter. Oh my God. Oh, a boxer. I love, love, love boxers. They are the sweetest, boxers are. You're gonna love having a boxer. You are going to love it. They are so loyal and they connect to their people. Yeah, what's one more dog? So guys, Ashley is who I got Miss Dolly from. And if you've been around in my channel for a while, I did a full vlog of when we decided to get Dolly all the way up until the day we got Dolly. Dolly has become my person. I love her more than I could ever describe. She truly does. I'm just gonna go back in with my red. She truly does like make my days so much better just by her existing in my days, if that makes sense. Like, I'm just so in love with Dolly. So Ashley is an amazing human being. She's my best friend. But on top of that, she rescues animals. She's also the mother to my godson. But they have so many dogs that they've given beautiful lives to. They live on the most beautiful piece of property in Sunbright, Tennessee. So gorgeous, up in the mountains, just so beautiful, out in the middle of nowhere, banjo country, as me and Ashley call it. So yeah, I know that this boxer is going to have an incredible life because animals literally go to Ashley's as like a retirement place. Like, this is where I'm gonna go and live my best life. And they truly go there and live their 100% best life. Now that blue, you guys, yeah, that's the first time I ever used that blue. It's incredible. So we're definitely gonna have to use that blue for something. But next we're gonna go in with purple. And I think we're going to go in, I think we're gonna have to go in with this dark one just because of how dark that blue is. I really wanted to use the lighter one beside of it, but I think we're gonna have to go in darker just because of how pigment punch that blue came out. I think we're really gonna have to pack the purple in there in order to get it to really shine through. But all right, and now that we have our shades done, we are now ready to cut the crease. Now, the way that I'm gonna cut the crease this time is a little bit different than I typically cut the crease, quite simply because I'm gonna go all the way across. Luna had 5, 1 girl and 4 boys, and Mishka had 7. Can you send me that? Do you have any of Luna's left? And if so, can you send me a picture of one of the girls? Or not the girls, the boys. If you have any boys left. Okay, and I'm gonna take the LA Colors Conceal It in the shade Light. Has like this little brush. Take our concealer brush. Yeah, I might be able to, Ashley. Chris's birthday is on the 7th. So I don't know. I have to see if he took off work the weekend of the 2nd or if it was the following weekend, but I'm pretty sure he took off the following weekend. So yes, I should be able to do so. We should be golden. Okay, so we went ahead and cut that crease, you guys, and I just went ahead and cut the purple completely out. I'm kind of liking the rainbow theme we've got, and it almost looks purple in between the red and blue anyways, so I think we're just gonna keep it as we have it. Now I'm gonna go in with the Conceal It by LA Colors. You can literally get this at the dollar store. And I'm gonna go ahead and conceal this other side. And it's always better when you're cutting creases to lowball it instead of going too high. Always lowball. You can always go in and add a little bit more if needed. Okay, and now I'm just gonna go in and I'm going to perfect that. So a little piece of fuzz here, there we go. I think I'm also going to do a transgender look too. They have the most beautiful flag. Trans flag is so beautiful. I love that flag so much. And if you haven't seen the trans flag, please go look it up. It's so gorgeous. It's baby pink and baby blue, and it's so beautiful. Perfect. All right, and we're gonna let that sit a little bit. And I think I'm definitely gonna take some Insta photos in this. So I think that we're definitely going to color correct tonight, just because I really want the photos to come out good. So I'm going to go in with same concealer, same brand, just in orange. And I really like to go in under my eyes with this because it really cancels out any discoloration and just makes the concealer that you put on after foundation and stuff, just makes it pop even more. Just over my little spots here. And I like to put a little bit there in the center of the forehead. On my entire nose, I color correct. And then I will draw a line up here. Maybe sprout that out a little bit. Just like that. All the way in towards my nose. All the little red purple veins. Okay. And then I'm gonna go in with the L11 by Laura Lee Los Angeles. And I'm just gonna start to blend all of that out. Anytime I do a TikTok, I typically, with makeup, I always use my orange color corrector because I just like the way that it looks in video. Pretty much any video that I've filmed on YouTube, for the better part, I've used color corrector. I mean, there's probably like, I don't know, maybe 10 videos on my channel that I didn't color correct where I'm wearing makeup. It just films so much better. You're like one tone. It's just so beautiful. I love it so much. All right, and now that we are looking absolutely insane, just like you're ready to go to war, 1000% ready to go to war is the look that you're going for. Okay, now I like to let this set in a minute just like I do my primers. That's why I do that before we finish the eyeshadow look. I'm gonna go, I have a hair, there it is. We're gonna go in with that Tom Ford brush and we're just going to lightly pack that concealer, being very careful not to go outside of that cut crease. Just really pack that in. And I'm not really worried about the edges because of the, like right up here where it meets the actual eyeshadow, because I have something in mind for that. So I'm gonna leave it alone. And let's see, I could go a couple of different ways here. We could do just a plain matte shade, or we could go shimmer. I think we're gonna go shimmer because I'm definitely gonna do some glitter going on the outside. So I'm just trying to decide which shimmer shade I want to do. I think I could go in with Pearl, which is in this here. James Charles, let's see what he has in his palette. There's also this really pretty icy blue in the James Charles palette. Or we could just keep it matte white. Let's go matte white. It's been a while since we've done matte white. Let's go in with some white. Let's go in with some white. How about? Do I not have a brush that's already been used for white? That is not a flat brush. Pretty sure I just used highlighter on that one anyway. And we're just going to start to pat this in, blending it. Remember, white is the easiest shade to look cakey. So be sure that you do blend it in. You know what? The one in the Jaclyn Hill palette is just better. Which is weird because they're both are made by Morphe. But the one in the Jaclyn palette is better. The shade Certified. It's so good. Look at that. It's like the craziest white shadow of life. It's so pigmented. Just like that. I think we need to pat some glitter, and we need to pack some glitter on the lid. I think this just calls for it. I don't know. Thinking silver. Yeah. Have I not used this one? Really? Okay. Now, let me show you how I use my glitter. I am going to take, and this is super important. So if you've been trying to figure out how to use glitter on your eyes, listen carefully. You're gonna do a little bit at a time, a little bit. So I'm gonna do like a quarter of my eye at a time. I'm just gonna apply some Cavalli lash glue. Do this at your own risk, and also you can use whatever lash glue you want. Just make sure to keep it on your lid and make sure to keep it inside the lines of that cut crease. Okay. Do your little quarter of the eye there. And then I'm going to apply just a little bit of that glue to a brush. Dip into that silver glitter and pack. A little bit at a time. Just keep going a little bit at a time. Pretty. Okay. So pretty. I love it. It's giving very much Pride Disco Party. And I'm into that. I wish I had the colors of these glitters because they are so good. But I literally just got them off Amazon, you guys. I just put chunky eye glitter and this popped up. I will be honest, it's in like the crafting section of Amazon, but I reorder it every time. It has so many in its collection. Like you get so many shades when you order it. It's just so good. This is like giving like Swarovski realness with this rainbow in it. I'm obsessed. And then we're gonna do this last a little bit here. Just make sure that you keep it where you want that wing to end. of it. Let me wipe this fallout out so you all can really see what's happening here. What? Is that not fucking beautiful? I'm into it. Should we do a different color glitter on this lid, or should we keep it? I think we should keep it. I think we should move forward with the Pride Disco Ball. Literally Saturday Night Fever Pride Edition. Is that not what that's giving? And do you see like how much glitter just amps that up? Like if we would have kept it matte, it would have been pretty. Like the matte white's pretty, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's definitely not giving what this is giving. Like, literally gay pride disco ball realness. And who says that I can't go to a small town Tennessee bar fully decked out in my Pride Disco Party realness? Anyone who can't accept that can't accept me, and that's on period. You could also totally have kept this a quarter cut crease, or you could have done like a sunset cut crease. You could have done whatever kind of cut crease you want. That's the thing about makeup, you guys. You can truly do whatever you want. It's fucking art. And this Cavalli Lash Glue has become my favorite to apply glitter because it's not a pain in the ass to take off later, but it also holds all of that glitter intact too. Like, it's minimal fallout. I mean, I've said this 100 times. Glitter is the STD of makeup. Like, it literally does get everywhere. But this Cavalli Lash Glue adhesive really does the damn thing. I love how I told Chris that I was doing a very minimal makeup look. Like, babe, it will not take me long. I'm doing something very minimal for Pride. Because I did have this other idea in mind of doing like rainbow studs. But we have to take it to the realness for Pride Month, you guys. We really need to show these people what's up. Okay, now the outer portion is where you really want to concentrate because we're doing like this wing moment. And you really want that glue to only be in the shape of the wing, because if you go outside of that wing shape, it's not going to turn out like that. It's going to be like all sloppy. Okay, we're going to literally a glitter explosion, but I don't care. I love glitter so much. And then we're just going to do our little wing. She's a track star. She got a wing. So gorge. Loves it. All right, let's do foundation, and then you guys will really be able to see the full deal. I mean, I cannot wait to get lashes on this look and like really be living, you know? Okay. All right, now foundation. Also, I may keep the lower lash line blank and just let the top lash line have its full moment in history, because I think that this deserves its own moment. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, and I think we're gonna have to do a different lash than I initially had planned. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Hourglass Vanish stick in nude. I gotta get me another one of these too, you guys. She's almost gone, but I literally, anytime I do my makeup, I use the Hourglass. It is the best foundation on the market. And then we're gonna do a little bit of Meredith Duxbury on the rest of the face. I really love the way that I've been doing it this way. I'm just gonna take on the back of my hand a little bit of Morphe. I just don't use like as much foundation as she does. That is literally the only difference. And I'm gonna take, do I wanna do MAC or do I want to do, I think I'm gonna do a little bit of LA Colors. I haven't used this one in a while and I really like it. This is in soft beige. It's the Truly Matte by LA Colors. You can literally get this at the dollar store. But I'm gonna mix these two together with just the end of a brush here. And just go in over top. I just did these long white nails. Okay. And then I have been blending it out with my hands, but I forgot I just put white nails on, and that probably would not be the move to do right now, so. And snatch that out there. So I mixed the Morphe foundation, which is like $15, $16, I think, and the $4 dollar store foundation together, by the way. I do have the Hourglass on, but as far as the liquid, all right. So now we are here with the look. Looking absolutely crazy. Let's see, what does the blush in this one look like? I cannot. The one I want is over there. I'm like, yeah. The one I want is over here, so I'll have to go get that in just a second. But I'm gonna go ahead and contour first. And this is another drugstore. This is Believe Beauty concealer in the shade Sand. Hey babe, will you do me a favor? Right here on my jewelry box, there's a little white stack. It says Morphe on it. Can you grab that for me?
What?
Literally right in front of your face. The white little thing, circle thing.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you. These are my favorite. I have all of them in the collection. And this color right here in the shade Cranberry is the most beautiful liquid blush of life. And we are going to use it together. I also need to dig my Chanel bronzer out of my Alex 9 drawers in there because I miss using it too. I took it off the vanity because I just wasn't using it as much, but I've really been in the mood to use it here lately. Okay. Contour is blended, or well, placed where it's supposed to go anyway. Just go ahead and start blending that out. I like to do it first before concealer. I don't know why, but every time I do concealer before my contour, I'm always like, I really like it better when I do the contour first. I don't know. I just stick to my own steps. There is no rules. Do your makeup in whatever order you feel. Whatever order you vibe with, rather. We're all about the vibes in 2022. Okay. Answer the phone. Okay. Concealer. Marc Jacobs Extra Shot in the shade 130. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the Jaclyn Perfecting Concealer in the shade Fair Peach. And I'm just gonna do a little swoop on the inner corner here. Oh, I forgot to, shit fire. Come on, Morgan, get it together, girl. Get it together, girly. middle, tip. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I seen that. It's fine. It's fine. She's just a little creeper. Answer the phone. Harry, you're no good alone. You know it's not the same as it was. I've had that song in my head all flip-flopping day. All right, and then we're just going to drench the face. Dragon Beauty, still, it's my favorite. Yeah. Okay. Dried about 75%, and then we're going to go in with our blushy blush. How pretty is that? Ah, I love it. Answer the phone. Harry, you're no good alone. You know it's not the same as it was. All right. And once we got that, we're then going to take our Dragon Beauty translucent powder in the shade Pink. And we're going to set all of the high points of our face, really lock and load those high points. This powder is super brightening, and when I tell you that nothing is going to move, nothing is going to move. It is going to stay exactly where you placed it, baby doll. She's a runner, she's a track star. She don't run away when it gets hard. Okay, and then on the other parts of the face, I mix Laura Mercier translucent powder with the Jaclyn Cosmetics Luminous Powder. I can't remember the shade. I think it's like Do Me or something like that. And just really set the rest of that face. And with that luminous powder, it's just going to give your skin like this beautiful sheen. And you will thank me later, promise. It's just so pretty. Ooh, I love it. We loves it around here. We loves it. And I love for my makeup to be set bake me like a cake, honey. I want my makeup to be set all day, not gonna go, not gonna budge. It's gonna stay right in place. And then we're just gonna take a brush and really just pat that into the skin and make sure it's not gonna go anywhere. And I think we're just gonna do like an inner corner moment with this eye and really let it live out its full potential. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do then, let's go ahead and contour while we're in this neck of the woods. I'm gonna go in with the Ace Beauty because I really, really want to coat in. And I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I really want to chisel this look out. And this contour is so pigmented. It's so beautiful. It really is so gorgeous. I'm just gonna go ahead and start to contour and really define the face a little bit with this. I'm not going in to warm up the face. I'm only going in to really define it a little bit. We're looking super flat after setting our face, and the only way to bring you back to life after all of that setting powder is to contour and add that structure that you want back into the skin. So that's what we're doing right now. Luckily, we do still have a little bit. Also, there's no filter on this. This is absolutely filterless, 100%. No filter. So you're really getting to see this look for what it is. And we're gonna go ahead and start to chisel out this chinny chin chin. Okay. And then I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush. If you don't have the Jady Wadey, you can use another brush that is similar. I really love the Jady Wadey because it is perfect for nose contour. I've used it since 2016, 2017, something like that, whenever she came out with the damn thing, and I love it. Okay, now Cab Cosmetics, we are going to go in with this banana powder right here. And I'm just going to grab another Jady Wadey 180. I'm just gonna grab that banana powder and just go on the outskirts of town here. Just to really line that out. And go in with that sponge and really press that banana right into the skin just for some brightening. Such a good palette. I found mine at Walmart, but I think you can get it at cabcosmetics.com, I think is what it is. Yeah, or just Cab Cosmetics on Instagram. All right, and then for bronzer, I think I'm gonna break out another oldie but a goodie. This is the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer in Tantalize. Ignore this, but this is the bronzer, so beautiful. I'm going to grab a Laura Lee Los Angeles L13 brush And we're just gonna start to warm up the face. And this is just such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bronzer that I love so much. Okay, and now we're ready for my favorite, personally, my favorite part, which is blush. I just love blush. I think it's just that one step in the makeup routine that just really adds that dose of femininity that it's just, it's breathtaking. It's just so beautiful. Okay, so we could go in with the sister blush to the one that we used. It's a little bit more on the warmer tone of things than what I'm really going after right now. Let's see. No, I'm wanting something a little bit. I have this MAC. Well, that lid just broke. No. I have too many options. That's one of the problemos. This one could be pretty. This is Pink Me Up by Jaclyn Cosmetics. Oh, you know which one would probably be pretty is this Patrick Ta. She's adorable. I think this is the winner chicken dinner. Patrick Ta, she's adorable. Such a beautiful, beautiful blush. I do always mix my blushes, but I will show you guys. Oopsie daisy. What I'm going to end up mixing her with. We'll just start out with Patrick Ta. Beautiful is that? Well, again, that's Patrick Ta. She's adorable. I don't know. I think we should leave her alone. I think she's really living her truth on her own. Again, going back in with that beauty sponge that just has whatever's left of that banana powder. All right, highlight. I'm thinking I want to do Champagne Pop by Becca Cosmetics, and oldie but a goodie. I only use it on special occasions because what I have left of this Champagne Pop plus one more is probably all I'll ever get unless I spend a fortune on eBay. So yeah, I think we're gonna do Champagne Pop. My favorite brush to use for highlight, it's an It Cosmetics highlight brush from like probably 5 years ago, but it's still my favorite. Like, look at Champagne Pop go. I think where Becca Cosmetics went wrong, and I've mentioned this before, is they really just like would come out with something that was a banger and they would just keep re-dropping it different ways. For example, like Champagne Pop was such a game changer in the beauty community, but they would like drop it in different palettes, or, you know, they would make it an eyeshadow, or they would make it like, for real, I have like a highlighter stick in here. Like, they just continuously dropped it in different ways instead of like really trying to come out with something new. And I think that's probably what did them in, was just not coming out with anything new. That is really beautiful, but this is a Pride look, and I'm really feeling just a little bit more on the glow. So I think we're gonna have to go in with the Michaela X Glam Light. This is just like a stunning, stunning highlight on the cheeks. I've tried using it on my inner corner before, but it just doesn't show up the same like it does on the skin. It's just so beautiful. Okay, inner corner. I think we really need to pizzow it. I could go in with Artist Couture, like a loose highlight. I also have these Jaclyn Cosmetics loose highlights as well. I have like 3 shades. And there's this one shade that is so fantastic. I think it's this one. No. It's this one, Bomb. That is like this really pretty, it's pretty much the same shade as the Artist Couture. The problem is that we're super duper silver. And I think we need something that is going to really play off of that. What is in this palette? Because for some reason, I'm looking at it. If nothing else speaks to me, then we're gonna go in with my goodie, like the one that I go with all the time. I also have this Jason Wu. The problem is that it's not as pigmented as you would think. Like you would think that this would be like wowza. I don't know, maybe I could try it with a different setting spray. Maybe the setting spray I used the last time was the problem. I have too many highlighters is also an issue. What is in this Hourglass palette? Okay, I also have that one, but that doesn't really look like the vibe that we're going for. And I'm also not finding the one that I use all the time. Oh, there it is. Hotline Bling by Wet n Wild. As you can see, is one of them. It is. It's just a blingy, blingy highlight. Let's try the Jason Wu. If Jason Wu in the shade, I guess they don't have shades, but in this one right here, if this one does not give me what I want, then we'll just go in with the one that I use the most. It's just the reason why I use Highlight Bling the most by Wet n Wild is because it's just faithfully perfect. Like, it's just one of those shades that never, never disappoints. Okay. Yeah, see? Like, they just don't give what I'm needing. Never. So we're gonna go in with the one that's guaranteed to highlight our pants off. Like, holy shit. So pretty. Wowza. I love this. You just gotta be careful because she really does mean business. She did not come here to play. She came to kick ass and take names for a real one. All right, now it is time to curl, 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 curl. Be careful if you do this at home, guys. Be sure to always test it with your finger if you do it. Lancome Grandiose Mascara, my favorite. Uh-oh. Not to fear, we have a hack. And then I also seen this little trend on TikTok for lower lash line, and I have been using it. So first you just apply your mascara how you normally would. I don't go in as crazy as I normally do with my lower mascara. And I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do with the lower mascara to really pump it up. We're going to let this little bit dry, and then I'm going to show you guys how you can fix that. You can also just create like a beauty mark, like it was intentional as well. I used to do that all the time. You know it's not the same as it was. Isn't that crazy, like what a difference mascara makes? It's insane. Like how much mascara does for your eyes is crazy. I'm really into this eyeshadow look, and I feel like once we put the lashes on, it's gonna be like, wow. I mean, you definitely could go without wearing lashes with this look. I just feel like with lashes is definitely the way to go. To the phone. Okay. So now we're gonna grab our tweezers. I just have to find mine really quickly. I could have sworn that I had them in here. Are they in here then? Oh, here they are. Okay, take your tweezers and then take you a mascara. This is the Essence False Lashes. Oh, first, let me get the glue off of them, and then add your mascara to the tip of the little thing, and then grab you a couple of lash hairs and put them together. And it just like elongates your lashes like so much. Let me get rid of this little. Just take your spoolie and scrape it right away. I just love doing my lashes like this on the lower lip. Like, look at the difference. Like, it just elongates them so much. Answer the phone. You know it's not the same as it was. Yay. Okay. Now let's do a lip. And let's see. Nope. Let's do. I really don't want to have to sharpen and lip pencil. Perfect. What is this? NYX in the shade Need Me. Pretty. All right, and what lippy do I want to use? do a little bit of Kylie. I haven't worn this shade in a long time. It's got a really pretty pink to it. Pretty. And we're gonna let that dry. Let's go ahead and pick out some lashes. I think we're gonna have to go with these bad bitches. These are in the style Pooch. I think they're just the perfect like style and length for the look that we have going. And these are by Cavalli. They have a huge, huge sale going on right now at cavallilash.com. C-A-V-A-L-L-I lash.com. That's C-A-V-A-L-L-I lash.com. You can literally get bomb-ass lashes for like $1 a pair. Run, don't walk. You heard it here first. Okay. And we're just gonna make some, yeah, that's definitely the way. I'm just gonna make a couple of little chops here. Just so it's more tailored to my eye. And then I'm gonna use some Cavalli lash glue and let it set for a minute. I'm so in the mood to film this story time, which makes me really excited because I really like to be in a good mood when I tell story times. I think I'm just gonna have to let my phone charge maybe 30 minutes or so, and then we are going to be golden. Answer the phone, Harry, you're no good alone. And then I'm gonna show you the last step that I do to my brows while our lash glue dries off of these lashes. So I'm gonna take my ABH Brow Freeze, and I'm gonna take a spoolie. This one's by Morphe. And I'm just gonna run that brow freeze through the spoolie so it's even, and brush my brow hairs straight up so that they are all in uniform. And that is the last step. You go from that to that with just brow wax, which is definitely the move for sure. Loves it. I'm into this look, you guys. I think I'm gonna wave my hair too. I'll probably do that while my phone charges. I've also got to go and wash these hands because I have makeup all over my fingers. I'm gonna take my Cavalli Lash applicator and apply these bad bitches. Pretty. I mean, are you kidding? Like, what do you guys think about the look? Okay, here we are. I am now going to take a little bit of Myth by MAC. I'm into it, you guys. I really like it. I really, really do. I'm gonna let my lashes set a minute before I mesh them together. I really like them to really get zhuzhed and on before I start to like mesh them and like flip up and all of those things. But for the better part, you guys, we definitely need a gloss. And I think we're gonna go with like this silver shifty one because we have the Pride Disco vibe. How freaking pretty is this? You guys, I'm obsessed. I think it looks nice. All right, I'm gonna go do something with my hair and change because I have to charge my battery pack and I also have to charge my phone so that I can film some TikToks. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on this Saturday night. I hope you guys have a very fun, safe night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. If you have not already, be sure that you do subscribe to my channel. And also, I uploaded a video today testing out Stylevana, and you guys do not want to miss it, especially if you like to save money. So if you haven't went and watched that, go watch that really quick, and I love you guys so much. And until the next time, bye.